Kanye West is running for president. He also has a new album coming out, and there's absolutely no chance this is a publicity stunt. Honestly, it's 2020. It would just make sense if Kanye West was our next president. And I'm not going to say I predicted this before the 2016 election, but I came pretty close. I mean, I'm at that point where I assume that our next president is a Kardashian. The question is, can we get Kourtney? Because I think Kourtney yes. would be a much better president than Kim or Khloe, to be perfectly honest. And she seems to be the most balanced of the group. She's, I think, the prettiest as well. And if we're going to have someone on TV all the time, I think this should be our target.
So it should be Kim?
No, Kourtney.
Kourtney.
So I'm going to go Kourtney. Kourtney 2020. Right family, wrong member. Speaking of wrong member, I also said I thought it might be Caitlyn Jenner. But instead, it looks like Kanye is going to be the one running for president. And let's be clear, he's not running in 2024, he's running in 2020, and he no longer supports Donald Trump. Quote, "I am taking the red hat off with this interview." It's been a long road with Kanye. Let's look back at the Kanye consensus. Back in the early 2000s, Democrats thought he was a rapper, and Republicans thought, who? But then came 2005 and the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. It was still in the period where both sides had come together to do whatever they could for the victims.
Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are at war right now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call.
I totally forgot how great that clip is. I mean, Mike Myers' face throughout it is absolutely amazing. I had forgotten about Chris Tucker, too, who's just great in that clip. That is absolutely one of the greatest clips in television history. Once Kanye had his George Bush doesn't care about black people moment in 2005, a new Kanye consensus emerged. Democrats now thought he was a genius. Republicans now thought he was insane. And this consensus held for years and years. In 2009, when Kanye told Reuters, "Sometimes people write novels and they just be so wordy and so self-absorbed. I'm not a fan of books. I would never want a book's autograph. I am a proud non-reader of books." It should be noted that he said that in an interview about his book, which had just been released. And he said, which was, the article is great, which the book was, quote, 52 pages, some blank, others with just a few words. But still, the consensus held. Democrats thought he was a genius. Republicans thought he was insane. In 2013, Kanye was running his mouth again.
When someone comes up and says something like, "I am a god," everybody says, "Who does he think he is?" I just told you who I thought I was, a god. I just told you. That's who I think I am.
All right, and the consensus still holds. Democrats thought he was a genius. Republicans thought he was insane. In 2016, when talking to Ellen and going on a 6-minute uninterrupted rant, most of which he spent staring into the audience while Ellen planned her own suicide, this happened.
I have a condition called synesthesia where I see sounds. I see them. Everything that I sonically make is a painting. I see it. I see the importance. I see the importance and the value of everyone being able to experience a more beautiful life. When I make clothes, it's funny because I'll sit there with Obama and Leo's talking about the environment, and then I'm talking about clothes, and everyone looks at me like, that's not an important issue or something. But I remember going to school, in 5th grade and wanting to have a cool outfit. I called the head of Payless. I'm like, I want to work with you.
Ellen's face in that is almost as good as Mike Myers. Yet the consensus held. Democrats thought he was a genius. Republicans thought he was insane. Even through an interview with W Magazine when he dropped these deep thoughts. Shut the F up. I will effing laser you with alien effing eyes and explode your effing head. Shut the F up. Try to write a rap. Okay then. I just made this effing t-shirt. Now shut up. Strong words. Through all of this, the Kanye consensus held. Democrats thought he was a genius. Republicans thought he was insane. Until April of 2018, when Kanye tweeted this. You don't have to agree with Trump, but the mob can't make me not love him. We are both dragon energy. He is my brother. I love everyone. I don't agree with everything anyone does. That's what makes us individuals, and we have the right to independent thought. Suddenly, the Kanye consensus changed dramatically. Now, Democrats thought he was insane, and Republicans thought he was a genius. How does this happen? All of a sudden, this person that everyone on the right agreed was insane turned into this person who had unique cultural insight and was an important voice, and we shouldn't ignore him because blah, 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 blah. And Democrats flipped on him entirely. Within a week, The Undefeated, a Disney-owned website mainly created to call white sports fans racists, broke from their format briefly to tell us, last week we didn't get the Kanye West who spoke up for us. We got something unfamiliar, terrifying, and ignorant. We got a West with a Make America Great Again hat. We got unending vomit-like array of misinformation. And an article noting how West's new alt-right image emerged seemingly out of nowhere. As Kanye's love for Trump seemed to grow and grow, Republicans gave him more and more credibility, and Democrats dismissed him more and more. But maybe Kanye shouldn't be dismissed. With his run for president and the fact that he no longer supports Donald Trump, at least for the moment, he has united the Kanye consensus. Democrats think he's insane, and Republicans think he's insane. Democrats think he's insane because he will pull black votes away from Biden if he actually runs, and maybe make Trump win. Republican thinks he's insane because he's saying bad things about Trump and might turn his supporters away from him. Now, before you make up your mind and to who to vote for in 2020, I think we owe it to Kanye to look at his platform as discussed with Forbes magazine. First, he's going to be running as a member of the birthday party, and his vice president will be Michelle Tidball, a biblical life coach in Wyoming that you know exactly as much about as I do. He's against vaccines, saying it's so many of our children that are being vaccinated and paralyzed. So when they say we're going to fix COVID is with a vaccine, I'm extremely cautious. That's the mark of the beast. They want to put chips inside of us. They want to do all kinds of things to make it where we can't cross the gates of heaven. And he seems to be quite the environmentalist as well, offering to clean up the chemicals in our deodorant, in our toothpaste. On foreign policy, he said, I haven't developed it yet. On taxes, he said, I haven't done enough research on that yet. This was a recurring theme when discussing his plan. Quote, I have to say with all humility that as a man, I don't have all the pieces in this puzzle. Okay, no problem. Well, what about your policies? Quote, I don't know if I would use the word policy for the way I would approach things. All righty. He seems to favor reparations a little bit, saying, let's get past the racism conversation. Let's empower people with 40 acres and a mule. Let's give some land. That's the plan. But mainly his campaign theme was this. You got Kanye West, one of the most powerful humans. I'm not saying the most powerful because you got a lot of alien level superpowers, and it's only collectively that we can set it free. Oh, okay, why don't you just say that at the beginning? It makes perfect sense. Why even bother if you're Trump or Biden? Which coincidentally is what Kanye said as well. For all the other candidates, I just gracefully suggest y'all bow out. Trump and Biden gracefully bow out. I assume they'll clear the way for him by the, maybe end of business tomorrow. What do you think? Look, the problem isn't Kanye. Is he insane? Of course he's insane. But we've always had insane people. The The problem is that the American people are listening to them more and more. Not everyone is in our little club here that we do every night, you know. Not everyone reads like books and stuff, follows the news, loves graphs quite as much as we do. Philadelphia Eagles wide receiver DeSean Jackson is fighting for his career right now as he posted anti-Semitic comments on his Instagram feed. Should the Eagles release him? No. They should release a statement that says, after a full investigation, we have discovered that DeSean Jackson is dumb. You should not listen to the things he says regarding any topic. Thank you, Philadelphia Eagles. Do I really think DeSean Jackson hates Jews? I doubt it. Sometimes people are just dumb, and that's okay. Take a minute to tell him the truth, and let's all move on with our lives. The reason that's easy for me to say is because I don't go to athletes for lessons on morality. I don't go to celebrities to tell me how to vote. I don't care if Colin Kaepernick takes a knee because I have spent time figuring things out for myself. I don't need to care about what a stupid thing he believes. I only care about Colin Kaepernick because people keep wanting to claim he was a good quarterback, which he was not. And I don't care about what Kanye thinks either. I don't care what position he took this week or last week or 15 years ago. And who knows what position he'll take next week. I don't consider this to be real until Trump starts trashing him. Then you'll know for sure. But here's the thing. Throughout this entire saga, one thing has been true and has always been true and consistent. The Stu Kanye consensus. Kanye is insane. He was insane before. He's insane now. He was insane when he hated Republicans. He was insane when he loved Republicans. As for his Christian conversion, I have no idea whether that's real or not. I hope it is. But insane people go to heaven too. He might have the purest heart in the world, but still be insane. I don't know if he has a pure heart, but I do know he was, and he will always be insane. Hi, Stu Bergier of Stu Does America here. Thanks so much for watching our video. Did you know you can watch our entire catalog for free right here on our channel? Subscribe now and be sure to hit the thumbs up button on all the episodes you watch because that's how they know you like this stupid show. And that little bell in the corner as well. Make sure you click that. You'll get notifications every time we post new content. Stu Does America every weekday at 8 p.m. Eastern right here.